Young man, are you lost?
Come on, Google Maps. Starbucks is that way, dude. And it is obvious. So we're here today to talk about something that I guess pretty much every four-wheel drive, overland, automotive enthusiast is kind of up in arms about. The new Defender.
And
the
Defender.
Yeah, I mean, this is your daily driver. I mean, I've seen couches in this thing. I've seen mulch in this thing.
Yeah, totally.
Like, you actually use it as a Defender.
I use it as a utility vehicle. I've owned it for years with a friend of mine, Marcos, and I use it just for that. I fill it full of yard clippings, and I haul around a motorcycle in it. I use it as a utility vehicle, but it's also something that's steadily appreciating in value. And it was cool 40 years ago.
It's still cool. It's always going to be cool.
And it'll be cool 40 years from now.
How can that shape not
so
ever be cool? Like there is never going to be a car that looks like that.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, except for the Wrangler and the G-Wagon and
even the new Bronco.
But let's talk about the new Defender.
Yeah, there's a lot to like about this.
There's a lot to like. It's pretty controversial, but you know, it's off-road 3.0. I mean, you kind of started with that 1.0 Willys Wagon Series Land Rover. Then you went to the turbo diesel from this, you know, and the coil springs at all the corners. And now you're talking about, you know, spaceship level computer automation and air suspension and all kinds of crazy things. I mean, this vehicle is incredibly impressive, and I think it's a bit underrated.
It is. And I think it's because people don't want to appreciate it for what it is. And I think that if we can just do one thing, if we can call it the new Land Rover as opposed to the new Defender, because this is analog, this is fully digital, and if we embrace it as the Discovery 6, I think it would have been a totally different reaction.
Like it was designed to be a Discovery. I don't know.
I agree. Well, now that we see analog and digital, let's go see how it does on our trail.
So that was pretty fun.
It was super fun. It's always nice to get out on the trail, and it's nice to end the day. We're at a local tavern.
Yeah, we're at Founding Fathers in Prescott, kind of a cool place.
Yep. Not a sponsor, just good people. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think while we're on that, we both like Land Rover, but it is important to say we don't receive any compensation from Land Rover. This is not sponsored by Land Rover. Yes, they've sent us a vehicle, but most manufacturers do send us vehicles. So it's kind of a moot point, I guess. Yep. It's at industry standard practice. But, I have to say, it's so easy and so popular to hate this vehicle. It's very polarizing. It's just so different,
It's so radically different from the original.
Yeah, I mean, I found myself, kind of almost jumping on that bandwagon. I haven't driven one since I was in Namibia, which was in March. February, and that just feels like, I mean, that feels like 10 years ago at this point with how 2020 has gone. But, you know, I have realized the longer I go without driving a Defender, the more that kind of starts to creep in. It's almost hard to avoid. But after today, I'm really enthused at how much of a performer this vehicle is.
Yeah, and I agree. And in our experience in Namibia, my experience, I just spent a week shooting a television show with A&E using the car. We just spent some more time today, and I've been driving it for weeks. It is the best of the modern Land Rovers.
Yes.
And it is the best of all of the Land Rovers I've ever tested off-road as well, in stock form.
It's so effortless.
It's
like,
totally
the things
effortless.
you were working through.
Yeah.
I was, as I said earlier, I was talking to my dog.
Yeah.
Like,
and I was taking some hard lines. You'll see in the video that I was purposely testing the vehicle and pushing it a little bit, but I was getting a lot of wheel spin, a lot of effort. It took a lot more momentum and speed to get through the obstacles. At the end of the day, of a modern Land Rover, this is an excellent vehicle. Literally my only reservation, other than some personal dislikes of the way that the front end is styled.
I don't particularly like the front end either.
Yeah, the only concern that I've got with the vehicle is it's unproven.
Yeah.
The reliability hasn't been proven. That has been something that has always been a challenge for Land Rover. Even the classic Land Rover today, I go around a corner and the door flies open. The turn indicators may or may not work.
But I took the same line in the new Defender, and I did it twice. I'm opening the door and closing the door, and there's no
like a vault
flex in the body.
So it really is the best of the modern Land Rovers. It's the most capable. It is significantly more capable than a classic Defender. And anyone who finds otherwise, we'd love to hear why you think that's the case, maybe in the comments below. But really, at the end of the day, it's unproven. Its reliability has not been proven.
Yeah.
And until that is done, we can't put our final thumbs up on it. Cheers. Cheers, man. Yeah.